Yo, what up? Y'all see the title of this, and this is my top 5 favorite metal albums of 2021. Even though I'm a bit late on this, but I only made this channel a couple weeks ago, so yeah, it is what it is with that. I want to do this video because, there was a lot of great metal albums releasing last year, you know, and yeah, there were some albums I didn't really care for, but overall there was a lot that I really enjoyed. So yeah, going over some honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are Eval's Hell Unleashed, Born of Osiris, Angel or Alien, and this one was so close to making the top 5. Excuse me, but that is Cannibal Corpse with Violence Unimagined. So it is what it is with that. All those albums are awesome, and there's some that I'm missing on here, like far as albums, but I just want to have a few honorable mentions. So it is what it is with that. So yeah. At number 5, we're getting top 5 now. Number 5, I have Cradle of Filth with Existence is Futile. So Cradle of Filth, I've heard of them for a long time, but I never really listened to a lot of their music. This is the first Cradle of Filth album I checked out, and I really enjoyed it a lot. I have the track listing up because the rest of I need to get on CD though. Um, but some of my favorites, just to name a few, on this, I pretty much like every song on the album, but I'll just name a few favorites of mine. Existential Terror, Necromantic Fantasies, Crawling King Chaos, Black Smoke Curling from the Lips of War, How Many Tears to Nurture a Rose, and Us Dark and Invincible, and so much more. I really enjoy this album a whole lot. It's an amazing album. So yeah. Excuse me. Next, hold up for a minute. Alright, sorry about that. Next, at number 4, with this album, I heard some people were disappointed with this album and so on and so forth. Personally, I really enjoyed it a lot, and that is Gojira with Fortitude. Man, this album, I'm, a fan of Gojira. This may not be their best album, but I really enjoyed it a lot. My favorites on this album are Born for One Thing, Amazonia, Another World, Newfound, The Chant, Sphinx, Grind, and so much more. This album is amazing in my opinion. I've listened to it so much when it came out last year, and yeah, it's at number 4 for me. Next, at number 3, I remember when this group released the first single, and I was really excited and so on and so forth of this album. Now, this one's interesting in my CD collection because I thought, well, this edition, it's like a special edition of it, I guess. I forgot what it was actually. I think it was like special edition, whatever. And, you know, definitely wanted to have that in my collection, so on and so forth. And of course, I'm a fan of this band, and that is Iron Maiden with Senjutsu. Awesome album. So to name off some of my favorites, I like Stratego, The Writing on the Wall, Lost in a Lost World, Days of Future Past, Darkest Hour, what was it? The Time Machine, and was it The Parchment? Those songs, and pretty much this whole album is amazing. It is a long album. A lot of those songs are real long. And usually when it comes for me, I'm not too huge into long songs, but, there's an exception with that. Like, if they do a lot of interesting things with it, I do enjoy it, and, that's what they pretty much do on this album. I really enjoy this a lot. Fantastic album, and yeah, it is what it is with that. Hold up for a minute. Alright, sorry about that. Sorry for the pauses. I've been dealing with allergies. They've been pretty bad lately. And, they're kind of, kind of going back to normal, you know. But yeah, it's been horrible this time of year. But anyways, yeah. Next at number 2, this, well, honestly, I wasn't expecting for this group to release another album because their previous one came out a year before. But they released a single, really enjoyed it. The first single was awesome. The second single I really liked as well. And yeah, you know, and when they released this album, listened to a lot, you know, and I'm like, this album is amazing. That is Trivium with In the Court of the Dragon. You know, this album is amazing. My favorites, name off some, I already mentioned. I like In the Court of the Dragon, which was first single, and the second single, Feast of Fire. I like the Phalanx. That was another single I forgot that it was released. I think one of the Phalanx. I think it was released like a couple weeks before the album came out, if I remember right. Like Sword Over Damocles, A Crisis of Revelation, No Way Back, Just Through, From Dawn to Decadence, and so much more. This album is amazing. Really enjoy it, and I do like this better than What the Dead Men Say. What the Dead Men Say was an awesome album. I really enjoyed it. But personally, I think this is a little bit better in my opinion. So yeah. And at number 1, I first heard this group almost like about a year ago. They released the third single for this album, and it was awesome. Then I listened to the fourth single. I did go back and check out the first 2 singles, and yeah, and pretty much looking forward to the release of this album. That is Slaughter to Prevail with Costalum. Amazing album. I can never get tired of this album. You know, singles from this album are Demolisher, Baba Yaga, Zavali Abalo, and Agony. Excuse me. But anyways, yeah. I pretty much really enjoy this album from start to finish. To name off some of my favorites, I like Bone Breaker, of course. I like the singles on here, Made in Russia, You're Only, I Killed a Man, Bratva, and so much more. This album is amazing. I can never get tired of it, you know. And yeah, when I listen to this, I'm like, this will be a tough one for any album coming out for the rest of that year to beat. And you know, it stayed my number 1. So yeah, Slaughter to Prevail with Costalum is my favorite album of 2021. So yeah. And of course, when it comes to my favorite album of 2022, like my top 5, that'll be at the end of this year. So it is what it is with that. But anyways, there's some albums I need to get to reviewing. I need to listen to the Necrogoblicon album, like give that more listens so I can do a review on it. I need to check out Enterprise Earth latest album. I need to check out the, New Allegiant album. You know, it is what it is with that. And there's some others I need to check out. You know, so it is what it is with that. But anyways, I'm going to end this here. Bye.